Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ingus and I'm from MyJS Electronics, and today we're going to continue with the Delta VFD-E drive, but we're going to be setting the drive today in remote control using 2-3-wire control, and also we'll be checking out remote speed control, basically potentiometer. If by any chance you missed the last video where we set the drive up in a local run, commissioned the drive and checked out the parameters and everything else about the drive, do check out that link in the description below. And related videos, anything else that I think would benefit you in any possible way, do check out the description below. So without further ado, let's get started. Here we are. So the first station we're going to be using is going to be a 2-wire control station, and this is going to look like so. So we're going to have run forward, run reverse, we're going to have a jog, and also we're going to have a potentiometer which is rated at 5 kilo ohms. So this is pretty much how it looks like. You can have if you wish, you can have a run signal in here and then have a forward reverse switch over in here. That option is available as well. Do check out in the manual, but we're going to be more or less talking just about this station in here. So regarding when it comes down to wiring, so we have a signal DCM, which is coming from the terminal down there. DCM is coming through this normally closed contact, which more or less in event of emergency it's not really classed as emergency switch, but better something than nothing. Sort of it comes through the E-stop, and as this goes in, it will remove the power from all the switches and everything should stop. So in here you can it runs power to all the switches, where our M1 is going to be our run forward, M2 run reverse, and M3 we're going to program it to be our jog button. So we're going to show that in a minute how to set that. So, and when it comes down to a terminals, as you can see down here, we have 3 terminals coming back out of back of our potentiometer. And they are going into here, which is our ACM, AV1 and 10 volts. So do make sure don't forget to make sure that switch is on bolts down there, which we have already talked about that in a last video. So a couple of things before we get this station rolling. It's the first one, we need to make sure our sources are correct. So to do that, you need to go down to 2.00. That needs to be at 1. That will be your frequency. And 201 is going to be your terminal control. So make sure you read the information from terminals. So that's the first thing what we need to do. I'll quickly show you as well the acceleration if you wish to. So the acceleration, it's in a 9 and a 10. It's got 2 of them for the normal run. It's going to be acceleration 1, deceleration 1, and also jog. Let me just show you. Jog's got his own acceleration, deceleration as well, which you can find that information under a parameters 114, and then 113, 114, and 115 for the jog frequency. Alright, so you can find that in those parameters in there, and I'll set them up separately if you wish. And how do we get the jog button? So for the jog button, to get jog button, we need to reprogram the inputs, because all the inputs, usually you would leave the first 2 alone, but the 3, 4, 5 and 6 can be configured fairly easily, and that you can find under a parameter group 4. And starting as of 405, you can see the MI3 can be possible, all these options in here, and I believe I have all these options in here as well. As you can see down here, you have an output shut of 16, so you can use that as some form of E-stop for yourself as well. Put that through through E-stop, so you'll shut off the output from the drive. You can do that. If you wish to where's that page? Send some sort of external fault to the drive and shut the drive down as well. As you can see down here, you have option in here under 14, and then you can reset somewhere in there, external reset as well. So you've got options. Have a look at there. There's a lot of options how you can set your station up by using M3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's pretty much how you would set that up. And as you can see, my one, if you go to 4, oh, just click the wrong button. 4, and which one was that? That was a 5, and as you can see I have selected that 8 in there, and that says in this manual that's a jog operation. So that's pretty much is all you really need to do to get this station set up and ready to go, unless you have other things you want to wire up. This is a very basic station just to get you going. It's really good at what it does. So but again, you still have a M4, 5 and 6 left over. You can have all sorts of extras for it, but let me put the cover on and I'll show you how that runs. Here we are, so let's leave that. So station is here like that. Let's put it right under him. So we put on the run mode and we're going to give him some frequency. And that is about it. If you try to activate both of them at the same time, it is not going to work because it's going to request you to disconnect at least one of them. So that's how that would run, and then you have a nice jog button in there. So as soon as you click it, it will run the drive into jog mode. So again, there you go. And by clicking the E-stop, it sort of removes the power from buttons. It's not really classed as a class E-stop, but it's better than nothing. And if you can install E-stop separately for an external fault or drive output shut off, you definitely do that. So because after you're removing it, it will kick it back in. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the 2-wire control station works. Okay, there is quite a lot more, but this is for just to get you going, understanding how the wiring works and how to get these stations up and running for your desired application. So the next up is 3-wire control. So 3-wire station has been wired in. Before we get to the wiring, there's only one parameter really we need to change. That parameter is in group 4, subgroup parameter 4, and that is where you select change that one to 2, and that will pretty much take you through this sort of a setup where the E will change the MI3 to this configuration where that's becoming a stop signal. So that's pretty much the only thing you really need to do. And obviously all the other bits that we did, if you're starting this from scratch, what we did for 2-wire control. So yeah, all other bits as well if you wish to set it up. So as a source, basically as a source where the button's going to be controlled from frequency and so on. So having done that, so let's have a look at the station, what our station is going to look like. Going to look like that. So we're going to have a stop, start, run forwards, basically it could be as a start, and also, and by flipping a switch we are going to be selecting a direction, and we're also going to be using a potentiometer as well. And you also still have a 3 inputs left for anything else you wish to add. And to do that, when it comes down to wiring, we have DCM coming to our E-stop, from E-stop going to our stop, which is in our case has to be a normally closed switch. From there on, that signal from the stop going back to MI3 as we looked at already, and then it distributes the power as well to a start signal and the direction selection switch as well, where the start signal is MI1 and MI2 goes for a reverse. So that's pretty much that, and obviously potentiometer as well, exactly the same as it was before. One goes to ACM, other one goes to AVI and 10V. So that's pretty much how you set up that this station when it comes down to wiring. So let me put on the cover on and we'll check it out how that works. That's done. So let's just make sure we are on the right screen. So you guys, you can see already, I can see my potentiometer. As I'm more potential, I'll know exactly what frequency are going to be. And as you click the start button, it will go forward and will latch in, and stop will obviously stop. And obviously you can flip the run and reverse signals like that while it's running as well. And it will just ramp down and run back in reverse like so. So as you can see down there, so it shows you which way it is going, and it's flipping the lights down there. So clicking the E-stop, and that's pretty much that. Oh, what's that? I jumped for a very interesting number. Oh, there we go. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the 3-wire control is done, and that will conclude this video. We have looked into 2-wire control, 3-wire control, and in the next video we're going to be checking out even more control stations, so do check out the following video. So on that, ladies and gentlemen, do smash that like, and if you like obviously the video, and do subscribe. And if you like any, well, if you want I'm lost in here. If you want to ask any questions, do ask them in the comment section below, and I'll answer them as soon and as accurate as I can. On that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.